over Maryland. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Washington Commanders. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Jackson looking to throw right away. Throw caught by Flowers. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. You talk about this Washington defense. They're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Jackson on first down. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Down to about the 37. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
2nd down and 8. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
On 3rd down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So now on comes the field goal unit. And, wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And it's 3-0 Washington. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings that they...
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. picked up by Jamin Davis. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, the offense, they had really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, heal up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Once again, it's Mitchell. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
1st down, here's Mitchell. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. When you look at this defense, they enter play 1 from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And that's been an Achilles heel for them all season long, being able to play against the run, being able to slow teams down. But it's not just that. When you give up big chunks of yardage in the running game, it also opens up the passing options for the team you're playing as well. So typically, when you don't play the run well, you're getting hit in all phases.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
If you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Throwing is Jackson. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Third down and 1.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point.
He's got it, and it's 17-0.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jackson.
The Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taking on the midfield logo. And just a 30-yard punt that time.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
They'll set up a throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Dotson in motion right.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And the lead will stay put at 17.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Benjamin St. Juste. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A very one-sided first half. 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Back to throw.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Here's Tressway now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. This is taken at the 23. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Now, a nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll go down at the 28.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
From the 5, 2nd and 4.
Back to throw here. The quick slant caught. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Touchdown, Washington.
A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Commanders add 6 to their lead. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is now 24.
The score, Commanders 24, Ravens nothing.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes.
And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Now 2nd and 9.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith, and the Ravens are going to take over at their own 41.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Jackson.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now it's Jackson.
To the right side, into the hands of Flowers.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Now it's Jackson. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And they'll get him down up past the 15.
53 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. And I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On second down, they'll run it here. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Now Thomas. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Second and 10.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Well, he had to reach for that one, but can't grab it. It's behind him, and it's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll set up to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Quan Martin. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. So a victory here for the Commanders.
And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end